So let's get started. First of all, it's a great pleasure for me to invite Mrs. Brigit Gijsbers, Director of Maritime Affairs of the Netherlands Ministry for Infrastructure and the Environment, to deliver her opening speech.
Okay, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I would like to thank the organizers of this conference for giving me the opportunity to address you at the beginning of the third conference of the ACCSEAS project here in Rotterdam. And as you know, the largest seaport in Europe and one of the most important transport gateways to our continent. As many of you probably know, the Netherlands has a long-standing and rich tradition as a maritime nation. Already early in the 16th century, Dutchmen set sail to far areas and countries around the world for trading. The highlights in history, of course, were the 17th and 18th century under the flags of the famous Dutch East India Trading Company, with a specific attention to the Far East, and the Dutch West India Trading Company with the focus on trading in West Africa, the Caribbean and North and South America. These companies brought back raw materials and so far unknown consumables, such as a large variety of spices, fruits, vegetables and other products like wood, spices and fuels, not only for the use in our country, but also for the trade with other European countries. In those days, the Dutch earned the honorable nickname Traders of the Sea. This trading resulted in a very high level of prosperity and wealth in the Netherlands and also in Belgium, which developed itself from those early days up to now to a leading nation in transit of goods and passengers and logistics, with increasing prominent positions for its seaports, such as Rotterdam, Amsterdam, Flushing, and the Belgian port of Antwerp, and their connections to the European hinterland. You may understand, therefore, that the accessibility to our exclusive economic zone, coastal waters and ports in the past, present and in the future is of vital importance for our transit and trading positions and those of our seaports. This importance is underlined by the fact that the maritime cluster and the port as a whole contributes to our gross national product by 7.3%. Consequently, we developed over centuries a considerable knowledge and experience with respect to maritime transport in general and to the safety of navigation and the management of shipping specifically. This knowledge and experience forms the basis for our contribution to the international community in IMO, IALA and regionally in the EU. Our country is situated on the shores of one of the busiest seas around the world, with currently over 243,000 ship movements along our coast and to and from our seaports. However, we should realize that shipping is no longer the only user of the navigable space at sea. The increasing demands for alternative utilization of this space, for instance through the installing of windmill farms and other offshore activities, as well as the declaration of no-go areas in the context of the EU Natura 2000 program, significantly may decrease the navigable space for shipping. Consequently, the safe and secure navigation and the regional accessibility will increasingly be put under pressure. The findings, as reflected in the ACCSEAS baseline and priorities report for the North Sea region, show from a shipping and traffic management perspective, in parts, a clear but worrisome picture for the North Sea region after 2020. The conclusions of this report, based on predictions for the future, and therefore we can't be 100% sure they will be correct, should be considered as a serious wake-up call for all regional responsible administrations and competent authorities. We, all the North Sea countries, are faced with significant future challenges. We should be aware of the fact that due to a number of shipping accidents with environmental impact in the past, the public awareness increased considerably over the years. The maritime domain is quite rapidly changing, and so far the needs of its stakeholders. New ideas have been developed in respect to a future global, sustainable and efficient maritime transport system. The system, presented by the Secretary General of IMO, aims to connect to the other transport modalities with an enhanced interaction between ship and shore as a basis intended to support efficient logistics. A comparable conceptual program in the European Union is e-maritime. It is commonly recognized that through its capabilities, a harmonized and standardized implementation of e-navigation contributes to the further development and establishment of these concepts. However, it is also my strong belief that just one set of solutions, such as e-navigation intends to provide, may not be sufficient to deal with the future challenges and problems for our region. The combination with other instruments under development, such as enhanced marine spatial planning and the eventual expansion of the vessel traffic services beyond territorial water, specifically its traffic organization service, may be the only way leading to success. Given the transnational character of the North Sea, the prime condition to ensure an efficient and effective coexistence and utilization of the sea space is the policy willed for intensified cooperation between the regional administrations and relevant competent authorities. Ladies and gentlemen, I am confident that the combination of the outcome of this event and the results of the legacy of the ACCSEAS project will provide us with a solid basis for a harmonized implementation of e-navigation and the necessary future transnational cooperation in the North Sea region. We in the Netherlands will be ready to contribute in a common approach to these challenges and substantial development, and we are looking forward to regional collaboration. I wish you all a good, inspiring and fruitful conference here in Rotterdam. Thank you.